What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Monday. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great weekend. For my friends in the US, you may have had an extended holiday weekend, but nevertheless, it is back on the grind. Having a look at Bitcoin, down 0.39%. We are currently sitting below the $7,300 level. Now, we are trying to get back above to some of this previous support, but it is now acting as resistance. You can see right here, we did have some nice uptrend, right? We were putting in a higher low. Right here, we had a little bit of turmoil, fell down, and once again, we are currently just stuck at the same level, basically that we've been at all the way back since November 22nd, essentially. So if we cannot get above or put in at least another short-term higher high, basically getting above the $7,800 level, what does that mean for Bitcoin? Well, we need to talk about that, but also don't forget, we do have a CME's futures gap, right? That is around the $7,800 level, and they do have a 73% chance of getting closed within a week. However, even if we do get to that level, will we be rejected, and what's next? So that is essentially what I want to talk about today. Also, you have some people calling for a Santa Claus rally, right? Which is basically like a humongous, insane pump for the month of December. We're going to look back at the historical chart and see if that's possible. Also, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, thinks that Africa is going to basically be the future for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption. So we are going to talk about that moving forward. And finally, why Bitcoin hodlers have been absolutely relentless this year. We're going to get into all of that. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Also, if you are not subscribed to the Crypto Zombie channel, we do this almost every single day. And of course, today is the Ledger Nano S giveaway. If you're interested, drop a comment on any video throughout the course of the week. And every Monday, we do give away a Ledger. And also, friendly reminder that today is the last day for the 30% off Black Friday deal for Ledger Nano S. If you're interested, you can check the link out below. Also, I do have a tutorial popping up above if you don't know how to set up or use your Ledger. Okay, so that being said, let's have a look. Bitcoin dominance sitting around 66.6%. Yeah, so currently not much has changed. We're still sitting below a 200 billion overall market cap. We do have some gainers today. In fact, Energy is up. Now, Energy recently finished their earn drop. So for everyone that participated, just a friendly reminder, you should have that, or at least you should be getting that soon. And it's up, so we'll take it, right? We also have VeChain, Molecular Future, Chiliz, Fetch, Zella, Mindle, again, Theta, FTX, and Maker, all looking all right today. Now, if we have a look over here on Coin Farm, relatively neutral, pretty much split down the middle. I was hearing some people call for a potential long squeeze, right? BitMEX had some longs up, but over here, it was Bitfinex it was. But over here, it's relatively split down the middle. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. But essentially, this is the case, okay? We had this nice uptrend. You can see right here, we peaked out at around the $7,876 level. We fell down below the support that we had from these previous wicks. And currently, we are struggling to break above the $7,380 level, which is a very, very important level short term. But really, to get bullish again in the short term, you need to get above, like I said, the $7,871 level. Essentially, we need to get above this yellow line right here. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Now, you know, we were sitting above the resistance right here, but now it looks like we've started to actually fall back below it, you know, into this wedge. So if we fall back into this wedge and we're not held up by, you know, around this sort of 7.2K level, do we risk falling all the way back down to the 6.6 level? Well, it is possible, guys. You can see right here, though, speaking about the Bitcoin CME futures gap, you know, Coiner Yadex basically said our CME gaps mean 73% of the gaps on the 4-hour got filled within a week, only 2 gaps yet to get filled. And if you've been paying attention, the first gap essentially is right here at around 7,800 where you know, we closed. And for all of you who might be saying, what are you talking about? This looks fine. Keep in mind, this was over a weekend. There's 2 days missing. So if I go back and forth, look, we go from November 29th to December 2nd. So look, we're missing 2 days, okay? There is a gap there. But on the bright side, guys, we do also have this gap way up here at around $11,800. But, you know, let's just take it with a grain of salt, because before all of that, we still need to get above the 200 daily, which is sitting at around 8,000. So the $8,000 level is still very important, and the 8.3K, which we spoke about the other day. But maybe what we're kind of taking away from this situation is that we're really just building up a lot of resistance, and this is going to make it a lot harder for the bulls to sort of get that momentum back for Bitcoin, right? Having a look right here, this is sort of the chart that we've been looking at with the VPVR. We do have the 6.5K level holding very mild support, but obviously we need to get above this blue level, this blue box, and clearly that's where we wicked out before. So as I said, once again, 8.3, very, very important midterm, and the reason being that is where we had the close of September leading into October, and then as soon as November came, we just couldn't hold and we fell below. So I would like to at least get above this level right here, which is basically the 8.3K level, or else it's difficult to really be like a full-on bull, right? Now, having a look at what Josh Rager said, he did speak about the significance of the $7,150 level. He says it will be a key area because it's the point of controls, the area with the most volume traded in the range. And then he says, let's not kid ourselves. The 6Ks are coming again sooner or later. Prep your emotions. We'll get through this like always. Now, having a look right here, even looking over at Deribit, for example, you'll see that, yes, the 7,000, okay, this is 7,185, but, give or take $35. Essentially, you can see the significance of this level. You can see the VPVR juts out, and also look at how we had that wick and bounced right off of it. So hopefully we do hold this level. If we don't, then yes, unfortunately, guys, there is a potential chance that we do go back to the $6,000 level. And yeah, as far as the halving is concerned, well, that's something a lot of people have been talking about. Is it going to actually provide the insane blast off that it has before? Well, zooming out, before we even get into that, I just want to talk about one thing super quick. This is the monthly chart for Bitcoin, and we have been supported by this basis right here on the Bollinger Bands. Now, I'm sorry, this is the monthly, guys, but you'll notice we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And if we do fall below this basis, as we've seen, before on some of the lower charts, well, I don't want to be the bear here, but it could spell bad news for Bitcoin, right? But hey, guys, the Santa Claus rally. It says Bitcoin price on course to hit astronomical heights in December. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to hit astronomical heights this month? Well, let's have a look. I actually plotted out every single December, basically in Bitcoin's history. Long story short, if it's green, we pumped. If it's red, we dumped. Okay, so if it's red, we closed out on a negative month, and if it's green, we closed out on a positive month. Well, you can see we've had 9 Decembers previously to go by that have been charted, and out of those, 3 out of the 9, okay, essentially were negative. So I guess there's a 66% chance that December ends in a green month. I mean, that's just basing it off the previous charts, but you guys know past performance doesn't always indicate future results. But that being said, guys, short term, I know we're looking at this. It does look like we're sort of coiling up right here, but yes, I do believe short term, we need to get above the 7.8K level, and then ultimately 8,000, and then finally 8.3 to get back to that monthly close. But if we can't, then we're probably going to retest some of these lower levels, okay? Don't kill the messenger, guys, but Jason Williams, co-founder of digital asset fund Morgan Creek Digital, said that unlike many others, he believed the markets would not move as a result of the halving next May. He says the Bitcoin halving in May 2020 won't do anything to the price. It will be a non-event. By the way, guys, here's did you guys claim your who claimed their hex with their Bitcoin? Did you guys get an opportunity to? I honestly didn't, but maybe I missed out. But let me know if you guys claimed your hex, and if it does go 10,000% in the next 2.5 years. Well, congratulations to everybody that got in. But getting back to the Bitcoin halving, though, I do want to just mention this response that was posted by 4Dimensional Partners, and they do talk about the halvings. And if you do actually look at the Bitcoin halvings, it's not like as soon as the halving happens, Bitcoin just goes on a massive blast off. There still is a little moment of sort of sideways. I mean, yes, it does tend to trend upwards, but it's not like a major blast off. So it's not like, the Bitcoin halving happens and like the next day Bitcoin's just pumping 10 X. No, okay? It doesn't do that. It is a very slow process, okay? Will it be different this time? Well, I don't know. It's only happened twice. We don't really have a lot of history to go off of, but I guess we'll find out, right? We'll find out. So one thing I wanted to mention, though, is this is a cool statistic. Check this out. Over 60% of the total Bitcoin in circulation has not left its wallet in more than a year, highlighting demand among investors. So this just shows that the HODLers are absolutely relentless. And I know what you're saying. There's estimated 4 billion lost forever. Satoshi has his, right? Okay, but even just that being said, we did see a lot of on-chain volume. We were seeing a lot of wallets being created during the hype, during the run-up, and a lot of those Bitcoin have not moved. So of the roughly 18 million Bitcoins we have mined, around 11.5 million, or roughly 64% of the supply, has stayed in the same wallet since 2018, which shows that many people out there are not interested in selling their Bitcoin. They're not even interested in trading their Bitcoin. They're just interested in simply accumulating and hodling, which on this channel, you guys know, is always our number one strategy. Dollar cost averaging is what we do. And look, Rhythm Trader even points out 11.5 million Bitcoin have not moved in a year. Even with an 85% increase in price during that time, those millions of Bitcoin were not sold or traded. HODLers of last resort are insane. Now, some people might call these HODLers crazy. You're crazy to hold an asset that fell 50%. It's like, right, but we always know that the next time it breaks the high, it always breaks it by some astronomical number, right? I love this meme right here with this kid. Yeah, strong ants, huh? Oh, that's the burb, right? So anyway, scrolling down here, I want to just point out, look at what some of these people said. I'm happy to report that my Bitcoins won't move for at least 3 halvings and probably much longer. I'm one of them. The whole thing is so simple. You have a fixed supply. The more people who don't move their Bitcoin, the greater the squeeze becomes. My entire goal is accumulating more, period, full stop. See, here you go. HODLers of fiat are insane. So this is actually a pretty interesting statistic. I think I'll give that a little bit of a quick refresh or a retweet over on my Twitter. Also, guys, just kind of want to bring a happy news story. So the guy who lost his 4 Bitcoin on the Lightning Network looks like he was able to get pretty much all of them back and recovered. So there you go. There's a happy ending to a story that wasn't too happy to begin with. Also wanted to just talk about some coin news and stuff. So Vitalik has actually taken the side of Virgil about, going over to North Korea and sort of, showing them how to evade sanctions. Now, some people may say that this is a crime against humanity because, you're essentially, well, I'm not going to go into it, guys. I don't want to get demonetized by saying all this stuff on the channel, but essentially, he's saying that he will be signing the petition should it actually come forward as well. Also, guys, speaking about VeChain, you may have been asking why VeChain is up, 25% in the last 24 hours. Well, it basically says they conducted a token buyback. So the news broke out yesterday that Microsoft and game developer Eidos are joining development of a non-fungible token-based game on the Thor blockchain. So, non-fungible tokens are essentially tokens that represent individual things like a crypto kitty or like an in-game item or like a sword or something like that, right? So that was pretty much the news that came out. But I do want to end on Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Square and Twitter. He's basically setting his sights on the future of Bitcoin and technology in Africa. And he says that Africa will define the future, especially Bitcoin. So that's very, very interesting. Now, we do know that Square has been very pro-Bitcoin, and he said that he doesn't care about any other altcoin. He's only Bitcoin. So he says, essentially while in Nigeria, he did attend a Bitcoin meetup, and he met some Bitcoin business owners in Ghana. But the data somewhat supports Dorsey's expectations that Africa will lead the way on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I know even I was kind of like, wait, really? Seriously? Well, it says over the last 2 years, 3 of the top 5 countries searching Google for Bitcoin have actually been in Africa. And in the same way that developing countries have leapfrogged developed ones when it comes to mobile payments, some think that this will happen with Bitcoin and blockchain. Essentially, maybe, the fact that you don't have to get past all the regulatory hurdles actually makes the adoption a lot quicker. In fact, you have Nate Hidman. He's from Bancor. He says that in emerging markets like Africa, the shallow reach of the traditional monetary system means that there's less resistance, right? There's less friction for this new technology to actually be adopted and to emerge. And major Bitcoin and cryptocurrency companies, from global exchanges like Binance, Belfrix, and Paxful to crypto group Bancor that I just mentioned, they are also expanding to Africa as well. So I know price may not look too great right now, but you do have to keep your mind on the fundamentals moving forward. And finally, like Trace Mayer said, I just wanted to point this out, 1.925 million plus Bitcoin supposedly being held in Coinbase, BitMEX, Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Kraken, Bittrex, Coincheck, Poloniex, etc., just waiting to be lost like so many others. Have you tried to withdraw your coins lately? Not your keys, not your coins. Remember, Proof of Keys Days is coming up January 3rd. It's the day when everybody takes their, basically, coins off the exchanges, right? You take back your freedom and you hold your private keys. So, guys, just remember, not your keys, not your coins. And finally, before we end, it is the last day for the, Ledger Nano S Black Friday event. It seems very appropriate to mention given the hack that just happened. So that being said, guys, that is it for me today. But we do have to give away a Ledger Nano S. Not that anybody cares, but where's back back today, 1,324. Okay, well, let's see if we break any new all-time highs anytime soon, but we do need to give away a ledger, so we did have 6 videos last week. I know I took a day off. Sorry, guys, got really busy. Oh, so it's number 1. Okay, so that would be Monday's video, which is Bitcoin Rebound. 96. So let's open this right here. Let's go into our random generator. Let's see what we got here, guys. Let's see what we got. This is for the Ledger Nano S. You got to keep your coins safe. So 547 comments. All right. Drum roll, please, for the Ledger. Jerry Man. I was literally minutes too late, went to the bank to deposit some fiat on my bank account, back to work and thinking I'm going to be buying some extra crypto, but the moment I sat into my car and went home, it started pumping, so I'm just sitting here with fiat on my account waiting for a smaller drop to happen. I semi-dollar cost every month. Sometimes I wait a week, sometimes I rush ahead a week, depends on the price. I can wait a week. Well, this was Monday's video, so I believe Monday we were sitting a little bit higher, I think. I don't remember where we were sitting on Monday, actually, but yeah, I mean, if you're still sitting on that fiat, Jerry, that's awesome. A great opportunity to dollar cost average. Obviously, be safe out there. Never put in more than you can afford to lose. But dude, you're the winner. You don't have to actually mention anything about the ledger to be a winner. Obviously, if you don't reach out in 24 hours, then we will just do another drawing tomorrow. But that's it today for the video, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. You're the reason that I do this every single day. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week. Be safe out there. Remember, dollar cost average. There's no reason to be constantly trading every single day. Not every day is a good day for trading. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So thanks again for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.